Hey there, retro fans! Welcome back to the bar where nostalgia is always on tap. Today we're diving into the juicy secrets behind Hollywood's hottest gang, the Brat Pack. So pull up a seat at the bar because we are diving into some stories that the Brats documentary didn't spill. The term the Brat Pack was coined by New York Magazine journalist David Bloom in an article published on June 10th, 1985. Bloom had just finished interviewing Emilio Estevez and was struck by the camaraderie and youthful energy of this group of young actors. While fans adored the catchy moniker and the sense of rebellious fun it evoked, Hollywood insiders weren't as kind. Casting directors and producers saw the term as a critique, suggesting these actors were more style than substance, lacking the serious acting chops needed for more demanding roles. This perception was both helpful and hurtful, boosting the group's popularity while simultaneously pigeonholing them as shallow and vapid. Despite this, the Brat Pack's films went on to become classics, proving that their talent was anything but superficial. In 1988, Rob Lowe found himself at the center of a major scandal when a sex tape leaked. The tape was recorded in Atlanta during the Democratic National Convention and featured Lowe with two young women, one of whom was underage. This scandal rocked Hollywood and threatened to derail his promising career. In the 1980s, he was a leading man in films like St. Elmo's Fire and About Last Night. However, after the scandal, he found himself relegated to supporting roles throughout the 1990s. But Lowe's talent and charisma couldn't be kept down for long. His career saw a significant resurgence in the 2000s, starting with his beloved role as Sam Seaborn on The West Wing. Today, Rob Lowe is back on top. He starred in the hit TV show Parks and Recreation as the health-obsessed Chris Traeger, a role that endeared him to a brand new generation of fans. Lowe also hosts the popular podcast Literally with Rob Lowe, where he interviews celebrities and shares behind-the-scenes stories from his lengthy career. Additionally, he stars alongside his son John Owen Lowe in the Netflix series Unstable, which has been renewed for a second season. Talk about a comeback, kid. On the set of The Breakfast Club, Judd Nelson fully embraced the role of John Bender, the rebellious criminal of the group. Nelson's commitment to method acting was so intense that he stayed in character even when the cameras weren't rolling. This dedication to his role often led to tension on set, particularly with director John Hughes, who found Nelson's off-camera antics disruptive and even considered firing him at one point. Nelson didn't just act like Bender during scenes, he lived and breathed the character throughout the entire production. He dressed in Bender's signature attire, complete with the flannel shirt and fingerless gloves, even when not filming. The other cast members were initially taken aback by Nelson's intensity. However, his method acting brought a palpable tension and realism to the scenes. Nelson's portrayal of Bender resonated deeply with audiences, making the character one of the most iconic representations of teenage rebellion in 80s cinema. During the filming of St. Elmo's Fire, Demi Moore faced significant personal challenges, including a struggle with addiction. Director Joel Schumacher gave her an ultimatum to get clean or leave the film, prompting Moore to enter rehab and emerge with a renewed focus on her career. Moore's career saw a remarkable turnaround in the 1990s. She starred in Ghost in 1990, which was a massive hit and earned her critical acclaim. She continued her success with standout performances in A Few Good Men, Indecent Proposal, and Disclosure, solidifying her status as one of Hollywood's leading ladies. Ally Sheedy, known for her role as the quirky Allison Reynolds in The Breakfast Club, faced significant personal struggles off-screen. Sheedy battled an eating disorder, a struggle that began during her rise to fame in the 1980s. The pressures of Hollywood and the expectations placed on young actresses exacerbated her condition, leading to a period of intense personal turmoil. Despite these challenges, Sheedy sought help and began her journey to recovery, openly discussing her battle to raise awareness and help others facing similar issues. After The Breakfast Club, Sheedy continued to work in film and television. She starred in Short Circuit and its sequel, bringing her unique charm to the sci-fi comedy genre. Beyond acting, Sheedy has embraced her passion for writing and teaching. She authored 2 books, including the young adult novel She Was Nice to Mice, and has been an adjunct professor at the City University of New York. Ali Sheedy's journey from overcoming personal struggles to becoming a respected actress, author, and educator highlights her resilience and dedication to her craft and well-being. Emilio Estevez, known for his roles in The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire, has also made a significant mark as a director. After his Brat Pack fame, he directed the cult classic Men at Work, starring alongside his brother, Charlie Sheen. Estevez's directorial talent shone through in films like The War at Home and Bobby, the latter earning critical acclaim for its ensemble cast and compelling narrative about Robert F. Kennedy's assassination. Estevez has deliberately distanced himself from the Brat Pack label, avoiding interviews and projects with former members to escape the negative connotations. He believed the term limited his career, despite his considerable talents. Estevez's journey from actor to respected filmmaker underscores his determination to forge his own path in Hollywood. Anthony Michael Hall became a household name in the 1980s through his roles in John Hughes' classics like 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Weird Science. As the quintessential geek, Hall brought a unique charm and depth to his characters. However, as he grew older, Hall wanted to break away from the typecasting and Hughes' influence to explore more diverse roles. This decision marked the beginning of his transformation from a teen icon to a serious adult actor. Throughout the 1990s and beyond, Hall worked diligently to reinvent himself. He took on more mature roles in films like Edward Scissorhands and 6 Degrees of Separation. His commitment to evolving as an actor paid off, leading to a significant role in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, and starring in the TV series The Dead Zone from 2002 to 2007. Hall's continuous presence in Hollywood showcases his ability to adapt and thrive, proving he's far more than the lovable geek of his youth. Molly Ringwald rose to fame as the quintessential teen star of the 80s, thanks to her leading roles in John Hughes' iconic films. She starred in 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Pretty in Pink, becoming the face of teenage angst and charm. However, Ringwald and Hughes had a falling out after she declined roles in some of his later projects, leading to a professional split. This rift, combined with the pressures of fame and the desire for more mature roles, led her to take a break from Hollywood. Ringwald, like Emilio Estevez, distanced herself from the Brat Pack, seeking to redefine her career beyond the group's confines. She moved to Paris and pursued other interests before returning to acting in the 2000s. Ringwald reemerged in films and TV shows, most notably in The Secret Life of the American Teenager and Riverdale, proving her versatility and enduring appeal. Her journey reflects a deliberate effort to break free from the Brat Pack image and establish herself as a multifaceted actress. Andrew McCarthy, a key member of the Brat Pack, starred in iconic films like Pretty in Pink and St. Elmo's Fire. However, the label Brat Pack cast a long shadow over his career, leading him to distance himself from the group and seek new avenues for creativity. McCarthy found solace and success as a travel writer, contributing to National Geographic Traveler and publishing a memoir. His love for exploration allowed him to reinvent himself outside of Hollywood, showcasing his talent for storytelling and introspection. The recent documentary, Brats, directed and produced by McCarthy, appears to be a quest for closure. Throughout the film, it's evident that McCarthy grapples with how the Brat Pack label impacted his once thriving acting career. Brats captures his journey of self-reflection and his need to reconcile with the past while striving for renewed relevance in the industry. By revisiting the Brat Pack era, McCarthy not only seeks to understand the label's lasting effects, but also aims to carve out a meaningful and contemporary identity beyond his 80s fame. The idea of a Brat Pack reunion film has tantalized fans for years, but it has never materialized. One of the main reasons behind this is the divergent career paths and personal decisions of the actors involved. Their reluctance to revisit the Brat Pack era significantly hindered any potential reunion projects. These actors' desire to move beyond their Brat Pack identities, combined with conflicting schedules and differing professional goals, ultimately prevented the reunion film from becoming a reality.
The absence of their collective enthusiasm for a reunion underscores the complex legacy of the Brat Pack and their individual journeys to establish separate, enduring careers. The Brat Pack wasn't just about on-screen chemistry. Off-screen, there were several secret romances that added to the group's mystique and drama. One of the most notable romances was between Demi and Emilio Estevez. The pair met while filming St. Elmo's Fire, and their relationship became one of Hollywood's most talked about romances of the 80s. They were even briefly engaged before eventually parting ways. Another rumored romance involved Judd Nelson and Sheedy, who played opposite each other in The Breakfast Club. Their on-screen chemistry as Bender and Allison translated into a real-life connection, though they kept it low-key to maintain their professional image. Andrew McCarthy and his Pretty in Pink co-star, Molly Ringwald, were rumored to have had a brief fling during the filming of the movie. These hidden romances and entanglements added layers of intrigue and complexity to the Brat Pack's off-screen dynamics, often influencing their on-screen performances and the public's perception of the group. John Hughes began his career as a writer for National Lampoon magazine before transitioning to screenwriting and directing. His big break came with the screenplay for National Lampoon's Vacation in 1983, which set the stage for his illustrious career. Hughes quickly rose to fame in the 1980s, becoming the defining voice of teenage angst and suburban life. His films, such as 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, Weird Science, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Pretty in Pink, captured the spirit of the era with humor, heart, and an unparalleled understanding of adolescent struggles. Hughes's ability to create relatable, multidimensional characters helped launch the careers of many young actors, turning them into superstars. Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, and Judd Nelson, among others, owe much of their early success to Hughes's films. Beyond the Brat Pack, Hughes also worked with actors like Matthew Broderick in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. His knack for discovering and nurturing talent extended to countless others, solidifying his legacy as a master filmmaker who not only shaped 80s cinema, but also laid the groundwork for many Hollywood careers. The Brat Pack and their movies have left an indelible mark on pop culture, significantly shaping the attitudes and aesthetics of the 1980s. Films like The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, and St. Elmo's Fire captured the essence of teenage life, addressing themes of identity, rebellion, and friendship that resonated deeply with audiences. The characters, dialogue, and iconic scenes from these movies became cultural touchstones, influencing everything from fashion to music. And the soundtrack of The Breakfast Club, featuring Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me, became an anthem for a generation. The impact of the Brat Pack extends far beyond the 1980s. Their movies continued to be celebrated and referenced in modern media, reflecting their enduring legacy. Television shows like Stranger Things and Riverdale often pay homage to the style and themes of Brat Pack films, introducing these cultural icons to new generations. The Brat Pack's ability to capture the spirit of a generation has cemented their place in pop culture history. Despite the initial criticism, the legacy of the Brat Pack has endured and evolved over the years. Today, their films are celebrated as quintessential 80s classics that defined a generation. While the group has faced scrutiny for the lack of diversity and certain stereotypes in their films, the enduring appeal of their work cannot be denied. The Brat Pack's movies continue to resonate with audiences, both old and new, for their honest portrayal of teenage angst, friendship, and rebellion. Their influence is evident in the continued popularity of 80s pop culture and the frequent homages in contemporary media. The Brat Pack remains iconic, embodying the spirit of a decade while highlighting the complexities of growing up under the Hollywood spotlight.
Well, there you have it. Secrets about the Brat Pack that Andrew McCarthy's film forgot to tell you. These behind-the-scenes tales are as spicy as the 80s themselves. As Bender from The Breakfast Club would say, screws fall out all the time, the world's an imperfect place. And that's what makes these stories so interesting. Remember, follow Retro Rewind for all things retro.